Let me introduce you to the leader of the team that's implementing the law's provisions on imports. Dave Elder is Director of Regional Operations at the FDA. Dave, why are these new regulations so important?
Well, George, first and foremost, Americans expect the food that they eat and they serve their families to be safe, regardless of where it comes from. And in today's global supply chain, more and more imported food is being exported to the U.S. In fact, 15% of the total amount of food consumed in this country is exported from outside of the U.S. And that percentage is even higher in commodities like seafood, spices, fresh fruits. So that this law is absolutely critical to establish controls, a uniform set of standards that will better safeguard the U.S. food supply.
Does that mean that each and every country has to have the same standard as we have here? How does that work?
Well, it doesn't have to be the same standard, but it does need to be prevention-based. We want the standards to provide the same level of public health protection as the U.S. standards do.
And how do we assure that that happens?
Well, we have a significant requirement for importers to take responsibility to assure that the products that they bring into this country are as safe as products produced domestically. They have to verify that their foreign suppliers are producing products in accordance with this uniform standard.
Whenever I hear things like this, I think about Ronald Reagan saying trust but verify. So we trust them, but we also have to verify it as well, or get them to verify it. How does that work?
Well, they have to verify the safety of their supply chain. They need to know who they're importing products from. They need to make sure that those companies process the products in accordance with preventative control standards. And then FDA holds them accountable. We will hold importers accountable to make sure that they have verified their supply chain and that the products that they bring into this country that will be consumed by Americans every day are safe.
What kind of compliance tools do we have with this new law?
Several new compliance tools in the area of imports. One, there is a mandate to conduct more foreign inspections. There's also a tool that says that we can refuse entry of products from any firms that refused foreign inspection. We will be holding importers accountable for verifying their supply chain. We can require import certification from accredited third parties or foreign governments for certain high-risk foods.
How soon will this happen?
The statute has specific time frames associated with different provisions. So for example, import verification, we have to issue rule and guidance within 12 months. Accreditation, we have to have a system in place for 2 years. We have some with shorter time frames, like the interim final rule for changes to the prior notice requirements. That has to be issued within 120 days.
And the industry will have the opportunity to work with us on these rules, is that correct?
They will. Whenever we publish a rule, it is open for comment, and we certainly encourage the industry to comment.
And is there any way for a given industry to actually expedite this process?
Well, the statute does require us to establish a system called the Voluntary Qualified Importer Program. We've called that VQIP. So VQIP is actually a program that can result in expedited entry review for importers. Specifically, if an importer wants to be a member of this program, they can apply to the agency. It will require that they obtain a foreign facility certification to us that assures that that facility is producing products in conformance with standards that are provide the same level of public health protection as ours. But if an importer gets accepted into that program, they can expect expedited entry review from FDA.
I guess key to implementing this law the way that everybody expects it to be implemented and for it to actually work is that we have to develop key partnerships with the countries involved. How are we going to do that?
Well, I think by and large through our existing international agreements that we have with our foreign regulatory partners. We have many foreign offices operating in countries. So I think just through this communication to get this shared level of understanding so that we each know what the expectations are. But overall, I mean, this law is good for food safety in the U.S. and it's really good to assure global food safety.
Dave, thank you very much.
Thank you.